Welcome to the second video of the video series from Blender to Unity, and we will start rigging our beer, which is, from my point of view, one of the most complicated parts of this video. So here we have our beer. We can look at it. I think he's so cute. But he's more cute as soon as we rig him and we can move him. So we will start creating an armature. You can find the armature here on the left side on the create panel, and then the armature will be created. Call it beer, and we will call the mesh if you already done it. So, and the armature, we will do some settings here in the armature menu. We will set X-ray so that we can see the bones through the mesh, and we will rename the first bone to root, because this is our root bone. Okay, here's the bone, here's the armature. We will go in the edit mode, because in the edit mode, this is a mode where we can create all the bones. We will set the root to 0, 0, 0. And I like if the root doesn't point up. I like if the root points forward. So we will rotate it, click R, hit R, type in 90 and enter. And this is the way the root node is perfect. So we will use the root node for in the animation to move the complete mesh. So I just noticed I did a mistake. So when we want to create a new bone, we have to go in the edit mode of the object, and then we will hit Shift D to duplicate the bone. And now we will create the backbone. We can move the tips of the bone, and I think this is a good position, and this is how it should look. So we will just parent these two objects. Just click the backbone and then click the root bone and hit Alt P to make it parent. So, and this is the most important one. First the child, then the parent. So Control P, it's not Alt P, it's Control P, and then we parent these two objects. And you see it on the right. We will rename the bone to backbone, and we can create new bones by selecting the tip, pressing E, and just create a new bone, E, create a new bone, and then we have something like the back. Okay, then we rename all the bones we just created. The hierarchy is the most important thing in an armature, and this is how it should look like. The root, the back, the neck, and the head. So now we will create the foot. We will duplicate the back, put this here, rename it. Notice that it has the same parent as the back, and we call it left leg. And then we go to the tip and create new ones. So yeah, I think it's better if it's directly under the back. So I just selected the bone and then selected the backbone, pressed Control P to parent it, and now I'm just moving on with this complete creation of the leg. Just select the tip and press E. So, and this is how the leg should look like. I think this is good. Now we have to move it to the side to fit the left leg. Okay. Just make sure that everything looks like it's okay. We will duplicate it by Shift D and grab it, press X so that it's only duplicated in the X-axis. We will rename it as a right leg. Notice that this right leg is also under the back. You can see it by the striped lines that it's directly placed under the back. And I select all the 4 bones, duplicate them again, and then I have the arms of the beer. And notice these arms again are directly under the back. And this is the most common way to do it. You can do it, it's the same thing for characters as well. I just rename everything. It's left arm, right arm. And we're done. These are the most important bones of this armature. Now we create the foot. You can select all 4 tips, press E, and we have the foot. Now the same thing all over again. Notice the parent and child connection. The foot is directly under the leg, and the hand is directly under the arm. Okay, I renamed everything. So, and yeah, we're nearly done. The most important bones are there, but now we create control bones, and the control bones are used for animating. These are special bones that are not used to represent some parts of the body. They are just for control and animation. So just select all 4 tips. We look to the side, and then we create the control bones. It's very common to make to set these control bones directly its opposite direction of the foot and the hand. So, and we select those 4, copy it again, and these are also control bones for the knees. How this all will work together, I will show you later. Just take it as it is right now. You will see how this will all make sense in a while. So, I like if the knees are pointing up. They don't have to, but I think it's the best way. And these are all childs of the leg or the hand, the arms. And I will correct it by selecting everything, and the root node at the very last node, I'm pressing Ctrl P and say make parent keep offset. So they stay at the position, but in the hierarchy they're going up, directly up to the root node. Now they are pointing all to the root node, you can see it, and as soon as I move the root node, the complete armature is moving. And I'm in post node, notice that. I'm not in the edit mode anymore, I'm in the post node. So one thing I notice is that I have to rename them. So these are all IK for inverse kinematics, IK bones. So I rename it in left foot IK and left knee IK and right foot IK and left knee IK and so on. And what I will do, the next thing what I will do is I will reparent the foot. The foot should be under the IK node of the foot, because as soon as I move the IK node, the foot will move also. And this is very good, because our goal is to just move the IK nodes, and the other bones will move automatically regarding to these IK nodes. So I'm in post node, notice it, I'm not in the edit mode, I'm in the post mode. And now everything looks fine. Here you can switch between edit and post mode here. So I'm in the post node, and now I can start to show you the reparenting of this node. Now they are in the last in the hierarchy. They should be gone. So I select the foot and then I select the IK node and say keep offset, Control P. This you have to do in the edit mode. Notice as soon as you see the orange color, I'm in edit mode, and the blue color, I'm in pose mode. So now as soon as I move the IK bones, the foot is moving along. So, and now these have to move too. So now the inverse kinematics come into place. So this is a bone constraint, choose the bone constraint menu, choose IK for inverse kinematics and see what is happening. It's a complete mess. As soon as you start, it's a complete mess, but it will get better as soon as we make some settings. The chain length defines how many bones will be moved by this constraint. I set it to 1, only 1 bone is moved. Set it to 2, 2 bones are moved. And as soon as I set it to 3, it goes the hierarchy 3 times up and move the backbone as well. Now I set it to 3, the backbone is moving as well, and the backbone has some children underneath it, and it will move too many things at once. So we will go to the value 2, and this looks good. So, but these two have to be connected in some way, and the knee takes place there and has a roll, and therefore we will now fill out these things. So the target has to be the armature. The bone is then, it's always a IK node that you're filling out right there. So we will go with left hand IK, this is this bone. And the other one, the pole, will be the knee. Also a IK node, a control node. So, and now something magically happened. I can move the IK node and the knee or the complete leg will move. And it will automatically smoothen. It looks quite nice. The angle is not right, so as soon as I move it up, it moves to the inner angle. And this one we can specify as well here. I specify 90, no, that's not the right degree, let's take -90, and that's it. And this is a very good movement. So we can reset movements by selecting a bone and holding the Alt key and press G, R, O, S, and everything will be reset. I will do it here right now. Press Alt G, G for the translation, R for the rotation, S for the scale. Alt R, Alt G, and there we go. Everything in the pose mode. We will use this a lot while we are animating our beer. So, I will move it a little bit up to show you what the knee is for. Now the knee is for exactly this movement, where the knee should look at. This is something like a look at position for the knee. And that's why I called it knee, because that's basically what it will be. I have to redo it for the other ones, so basically always go to bone constraints, select the armature for the armature selection. The bone is a left foot IK, and the pole target is a left knee IK. And now I have to adjust the chain length to 2 because we want to move the left leg and the left leg 1. And here we do the same thing. You can also type everything here, like the beer and the bone. Maybe you can play a little bit around with another animal, like a snake or something. You can have a very long chain length, for example, a chain length of 10 elements or so, and you will see what it will do and how it behaves. But normally you will have a chain length of 2. And this fixes everything. Just type in -90. And we are done. So our armature is moving. We can use it for the head as well, but we don't have to. We don't have to use this complete constraint thing at all. So it works without it, but it's so much easier to animate as soon as you have something like that. And now we have to connect the armature and the mesh. So we're selecting the mesh and selecting the beer, and hit Control P for parenting. And we can choose with automated weights. So this is how we connect the mesh to the armature. But first of all, we should go to the armature and make sure that every bone is selected. So, and for every bone, every bone must be selected, for which we will need an automatic weight calculation. So these are all the bones except the IK bones. So I will start and select them. This one, this, and so on. Here are the IK bones. I will skip them. Okay, I think we got everything. No, there is one missing there. Okay. Oh wait, we have to open this one. So there we go. Now, with parenting, it's always the same procedure. Select the child, select the parent as well, hit Control P, and then you will see the parenting menu. And here select with automatic weights, and then some magical thing will happen. The mesh is the child of the armature. And the mesh will have some vertex groups. This is completely new, we didn't have that before. They will create every vertex group that we need. I see the Blender also created vertex groups for our IK bones. We have to kick them out. This is simple, just select the mesh, go to the vertex group, and here you can just delete every vertex group we don't need. Everything with IK goes out of it. In this menu you can also create the vertex groups on your own, but I think with automatic weights it's much simpler. Oh, we don't need the boot as well, so for that just delete it, and we are done. Let's see how it works. So go to the weight mode, and then you see how the weights are distributed. Select the vertex group, and you see Blender automatically detects which vertices belong to which bone. So the vertices are attached to this bone, and as soon as you move the bone, you move the vertices. So if you're not happy with one of them, you can paint it on your own. You can just use the painter. So let's try it out. Select the armature, go into pose mode, and just move one of those IK bones. And here you can see what will happen. This is a little bit strange, you think, but this has one reason, and the reason is the knee is pointing to the lower direction, or is lower than the other IK bone, and that's the reason why it's looking strange. We will adjust the knees. We can even move the head or the neck, or just only the knee, and everything will move smoothly. Okay. We should check to move the root node. Nothing should be stay where it is. We can adjust the weight pane just to show it to you. I select the back, and if you scroll up here you can set the weight. I will set it to 1, and I will say okay, or a little bit less. Okay, just move the tail as soon as you move the back, just a little bit more. And the back or the tail will be more attached to the backbone than to the other two legs. This is how you can correct it. If you say set the weight to 0, you can delete the weight as well. Now you can see the tail is also moving a little bit. And yeah, I will just use these bones for the animation. And the thing is, we can hide the other bones because we don't need them. So we can just select all the bones we don't need, we don't use for modeling, and put them to another layer. Just hit M and select the last layer. You see, the bones are still there. They are in the layer, in the armature layer, not in the Blender layer. And now I only see the bones that are. This is a Blender layer. It's a different layer. These are the only bones I need. We can select the last Blender layer to make some representatives for the bones. I prefer a circle because a circle is a very basic and simple primitive, and the cube as well. Of course, the cube is maybe the simplest primitive. Just scale it among one axis, and we will see what they are for in a few minutes. I will just create them. So, and we will create a circle. So these three primitives: a circle, a sphere, and a box. And just as separate objects, not parented to anyone, not related in any way, just on the last layer. And we will apply everything. So select each one and press Ctrl A to have it to just apply everything. So now we select one of the bones and go to the bone menu, and right at the bottom we can select a representative, for example a sphere. And you will see the bone will be gone and you see only a sphere. This is very advanced. You don't have to do this. Is it absolutely not necessary? But I think it's super easy and it's super nice. So the circle. Oh, I can't see the circle. I just noticed that the circle is invisible. So I will use the other ones. The cube. And there. And so two are left here. I will use the cube. And you have different options, display options, like, so I will just correct the sphere, go to edit mode, press F, so that I have a face. And this one I can use. I just save this one. Go back, use the circle. Now it works pretty good. You can also hide those bones, or just select the wireframe. I will do this for every single one of them, because then you will have a better view on the beer itself when you animate. Oh, these spheres have a lot of wires. I think we will redo them. Just select the sphere, delete it, and create a new sphere. And in the options, let's plate 8. Yeah, 8 segments, and maybe 5 rings. Should be a good value. Location to 0. Scale it a little bit down. Ctrl A. Apply rotation and scale, so that these values, rotation, location and scale on the right, are all normalized. Go back to this one and just, okay, the sphere is still there even though I deleted it. Choose the sphere 1, and this looks way better. You can see through it now. You will notice as soon as you switch in edit mode again, you will switching back to the bone view, you will still see the bones. We will do this in a minute. So I'll just show you in the pose mode. You can move all those bones and representatives and have the same effect. Very, very funny things you can do with this. Okay. Tap double A and Alt GR just to reset everything, and go to edit mode. Now you see the bones again, and we will move those bones a little bit further to the left. Save it, and I think we will have less problem while animating all the things. Now we are done. We have a complete rigged model that is moving, and now we can continue with animation.